Today, we're going to break down a topic that sits right at the heart of project finance transactions in renewables: the technical due diligence for solar photovoltaic projects. The goal of this video is to give you a clear, structured view of what the usual scope of a solar PV technical due diligence actually covers, and why each part matters from a bankability and risk perspective. First of all, what is the technical due diligence really about? It is performed by an independent technical advisor, usually on behalf of lenders or investors, to assess whether a project is technically sound, compliant, and bankable. In other words, can this plant be built on time, connect to the grid, operate safely, and generate the expected energy and cash flows over the long term? It's about identifying risks, red flags, and assumptions that could affect construction, operation, performance, or revenues. A first key pillar of any technical due diligence is the permitting and regulatory review. This includes verifying that the project has obtained all required authorizations: environmental permits, construction permits, grid connection approvals, land use permits, and any specific regulatory clearances applicable in the jurisdiction, and whether the permitting timeline is compatible with the financial close and construction schedule. The next important pillar is the site and engineering assessment. Here, the technical advisor reviews the physical characteristics of the site: topography, geotechnical conditions, flood risks, access roads, and constraints such as protected areas or archaeological zones. On the engineering side, the advisor checks the overall plant design, layout, electrical architecture, DC/AC ratios, string configuration, substation design, and evacuation infrastructure. The objective is to confirm that the design follows recognized industry standards, is suitable for the site conditions, and does not embed hidden constructability or performance risks. Another core part of the technical due diligence is the review of the main technical components: PV modules, inverters, trackers or mounting structures, transformers and electrical equipment, monitoring and SCADA systems. The advisor will look at the technology maturity, manufacturer track record and bankability, warranties and performance guarantees, certifications and compliance with standards, expected lifetime and degradation assumptions. This is crucial because technology risk directly impacts long-term availability, operation and maintenance costs, and ultimately the project's ability to service its debt. For lenders and investors, there is then the most sensitive section: the energy yield assessment. The technical advisor reviews the solar resource assessment, the production simulations, key assumptions such as losses, availability, performance ratio, and degradation, and the resulting P50, P75, or P90 production scenarios. This part links the physical reality of the plant to the financial model. If production assumptions are too optimistic, the entire debt sizing and equity return story can collapse. So the technical due diligence aims to ensure that the energy yield is realistic, conservative, and properly risk-adjusted. Then, the technical due diligence includes a detailed review of the grid connection point, grid studies, compliance with grid codes, status of connection agreements, and any construction works required for evacuation lines or substations. Risks here typically relate to delays, curtailment, or technical constraints imposed by the grid operator, which can all have material financial impacts. Another major part of the scope is the contractual review from a technical standpoint. The advisor looks at the EPC contract, scope, performance guarantees, delay liquidated damages, testing and commissioning procedures, the operation and maintenance contract, scope of services, availability guarantees, response times, pricing structure and exclusions, and the interfaces between contractors, suppliers, and the project company. The objective is to check whether the contractual framework adequately allocates technical risks and supports long-term operational performance. Finally, The technical due diligence reviews the project schedule, construction methodology, and overall technical risk register. The outcome is often a red flag summary highlighting the main technical risks that lenders and investors should factor into their decision-making. To wrap up, the technical due diligence for a solar PV project is not just a technical exercise, it's a risk translation tool. It translates engineering, permitting, and operational realities into bankable or non-bankable features for financiers. If you found this summary useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your colleagues and friends, and check the description below the video for useful information. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.